In the annals of cosmic exploration, the name Oumuamua has become a whispered enigma, a blend of awe and apprehension that echoes through the halls of scientific circles. First detected in 2017, this interstellar object baffled astronomers worldwide with its astonishing speed, its peculiar shape, and most intriguingly, its enigmatic origin. Unlike any celestial body ever recorded in our solar system, Oumuamua did not adhere to the established rules of comets or asteroids. It defied expectations, challenging everything we thought we knew about space debris. The tale of Oumuamua began at the Pan-STARRS Observatory in Hawaii, where astronomers first spotted the object streaking across the sky. They were not prepared for what they had found. Oumuamua was moving fast, much faster than any known comet, and not in an elliptical orbit like other objects bound to our sun. Instead, it was cutting through the solar system on a hyperbolic trajectory, suggesting it had originated from far beyond and would never return. But it wasn't just the speed that alarmed scientists. Oumuamua's shape was unlike anything previously seen. Long and thin like a cigar, or possibly flat and pancake-shaped. Depending on the model, it tumbled in a chaotic rotation that made its light curve fluctuate wildly. No known asteroid or comet had this combination of speed, shape, and motion. From the beginning, Oumuamua refused to behave like a natural object. Even more bizarre, as it left our solar system, it appeared to accelerate. A feat impossible without a tail or engine. The absence of any visible material being expelled made the object a cosmic paradox. And that paradox has now returned to haunt us. After Oumuamua passed beyond the reach of our telescopes, most thought the mystery was over. But in classified observatories and among the tight-lipped researchers at NASA and ESA, monitoring quietly continued. Deep space radio arrays were occasionally tuned to the coordinates where Oumuamua would be now billions of kilometers away, and most of the time, nothing came back. Until it did. Just days ago, a strange pulse was detected, coming from deep space on a frequency not used by any human-made spacecraft. The signal was faint, but unmistakable. An artificial pattern of repeated tones followed by a complex sequence that defied natural explanation. Engineers ruled out interference. No satellites were in range. And the direction of origin? Precisely where Oumuamua would be had it continued on its path. It was as if, after years of silence, the object had suddenly turned around, or at least turned its attention toward us. Whatever sent the signal wasn't just drifting, it was listening, and now it's speaking. Once confirmed, the signal was quickly encrypted, duplicated and passed to a select team of cryptographers, astrophysicists and linguists working under NASA's most confidential protocols. What they found defied belief. The transmission wasn't just a string of pulses, it carried embedded data, a code-like structure that echoed patterns found in both mathematics and biology. Some segments resembled prime number sequences, while others mirrored waveforms observed in brain activity. Even more unnerving were the brief modulations that aligned with images from the Golden Record, the message humanity sent aboard Voyager decades ago. This wasn't random, this was intentional. And whoever sent it seemed to not only understand human mathematics, but to mirror our own attempts at communication. As the signal was deconstructed further, researchers noticed shifts that matched the rotational pattern of Oumuamua, as if the object itself was a transmitter, rotating in a precise rhythm to encode its message across space and time. The chilling realization spread across the team. Oumuamua wasn't just a rock. It might have been a beacon, or worse, a scout. With the signal leaked among certain circles, the debate ignited like wildfire. Some experts warned against interpreting the data too optimistically, arguing that pareidolia and confirmation bias could trick scientists into seeing intention where there was none. Others, however, insisted the evidence was overwhelming, that nature doesn't send mathematically encoded signals that resemble human brainwaves and digital schematics. The implications were staggering. If Oumuamua is a probe or part of something greater, then humanity has just received a message from beyond the stars. But that message may not be a greeting. Some point out that the object's acceleration could have been a reaction and evasive maneuver. Others warn that the signal's timing, years after it left the system, suggests we were being observed first, then judged, and now, finally, we are being acknowledged. The scientific community stands at a precipice, unsure whether to call this discovery a moment of contact or a prelude to something far more uncertain. In the wake of the decoded transmission, a new theory has emerged, one that casts a shadow over everything we thought we understood about Oumuamua. It suggests that the object was never meant to be seen. Some researchers propose that its chaotic rotation and irregular acceleration may have served a higher function: camouflage. By mimicking a non-intelligent natural space rock and avoiding any emissions or signals until it was well beyond our reach, Oumuamua could have been silently collecting data. Imagine for a moment an interstellar drone program to slip undetected through alien systems, observing planets, atmospheric compositions, artificial radio signals, and even technological infrastructure. Once it confirmed the presence of intelligent life, it would retreat, transmit its findings back to its origin, and disappear. This hypothesis, though chilling, is consistent with the object's timing and behavior. It would also explain the delayed nature of the signal. We weren't supposed to know it was here until it was already gone. Among the most disturbing findings in the transmission was a specific pattern, a distorted but clearly intentional echo of the famous golden record created by NASA in 1977. Buried deep within the signal was a warped imitation of the hello from the Children of Planet Earth recording, played back at a lower frequency and altered rhythm, almost like a mimicry run through a foreign filter. Audio engineers recreated the clip and compared it to the original, and the similarities were undeniable. But what's more unsettling is that the response wasn't just a playback, it was a response. The message contained a sequence of tones matching the structure of the original record, but rearranged and embedded with additional audio-like pulses not present in the source. Could it be that Oumuamua had intercepted Voyager's signal, or even more dramatically, that someone somewhere else already had? If this signal is a reply, then the implications are staggering. We are not just being watched, we are being answered. Just as the world began to grasp the magnitude of the signal, a separate discovery brought the tension to a breaking point. NASA's IRIS and JWST arrays, working in tandem, picked up a faint infrared signature moving in a mirrored trajectory to Oumuamua. The object, still unidentified, appears smaller and faster, and although the data is limited, some suspected could be connected. If Oumuamua was the scout, this could be the observer, or perhaps a retrieval system. Others suggest a relay point or a secondary beacon. Whatever it is, it's following a deliberate course, and it's emitting no visible light, only faint heat. Its sudden appearance, coinciding with the timing of the transmission, has drawn even more speculation that we are in the middle of a cosmic event far more elaborate than we imagined. It's not just about Oumuamua anymore. It may have been just the beginning of a far greater network, one that's now beginning to reveal itself. While the public and media race to catch up with these revelations, major government agencies have taken a radically different approach. Silence. Sources within NASA and ESA have reported immediate lockdowns on research data and communication protocols. Several astrophysicists involved in the Decoding project have suddenly gone quiet, their public profiles scrubbed, and their social media activity frozen. FOIA requests filed by journalists have returned with vague responses or full rejections under national security clauses. And perhaps most telling of all, recent telescope data from key observatories has gone missing from public databases, replaced by generic placeholders or offline messages. It's as if the institutions tasked with exploring the unknown have now been ordered to conceal it. This kind of coordinated silence is rare, and history has shown that when governments shut down transparency, it's never without reason. Whatever the final message of Oumuamua contained, it was enough to make the most powerful people in the world stop talking. As analysts dug deeper into the final packets of the decoded transmission, a cluster of numeric values stood out. At first glance, they resembled meaningless digital noise, but under pattern recognition algorithms, they revealed something extraordinary. What appears to be a set of spatial coordinates. These coordinates, once charted, point to a precise region in the outer solar system, an area previously considered void of significant activity. What's even more bewildering is that this location aligns perfectly with a gap in data collected by various probes, including Voyager and New Horizons. It's as if a blind spot had been engineered, or perhaps simply overlooked until now. Speculation has grown that this is either a rendezvous point, a dormant station, or something more ominous. The area is now under high surveillance by space agencies, but no official comment has been made. Why would Oumuamua, an object from beyond our system, send back coordinates to a place that's within our own cosmic backyard? Is something already waiting there? Or worse, is something coming? Among the final elements in the data stream lies something that has silenced even the most confident of skeptics. A mathematical structure embedded within the message that appears to be not only intentional, but intelligently recursive. Described by leading cryptographers as a self-referencing prime matrix, this sequence forms a pattern only possible through advanced algorithmic design. Unlike any natural formation of numbers observed in space signals before, this cipher evolves. Every attempt to decode it reveals a new layer beneath, a process that mirrors recursive logic systems found in artificial intelligence and quantum computing. Some scientists believe it might be a test, meant to be solved by a civilization advanced enough to recognize its architecture. Others fear it's a warning, a kind of encrypted red flag that we were never meant to open without consequence. And if it truly is a message intended for a technological intelligence, then what happens when we finally solve it? Oumuamua entered our system in silence, slipped through like a ghost, and left us with a message that no one can yet fully understand. Its final transmission is not just a cryptic farewell, it feels like a mirror held up to humanity, challenging our understanding of reality, intelligence, and cosmic purpose. The coordinates, the cipher, the unnatural trajectory, all point to one chilling truth. This was not a rock tumbling through space, it was a probe, a scout, a messenger, and now that message has been heard. But the real question is, was it meant for us, or were we simply eavesdropping on a conversation between far greater minds? Because if Oumuamua's signal wasn't the end of the story, then it might have been the beginning of contact, or conflict. And now the world waits, not for another signal, but for an answer. So what do you think lies behind Oumuamua's transmission? Was it a beacon, a warning, or an invitation? Let us know in the comments, because this mystery is just beginning. And if you want to be the first to uncover the next cosmic revelation, subscribe now, activate the notification bell, and join us as we dive deeper into the secrets of the universe, one transmission at a time.